Hello world, welcome to M-Bank Something Filter, where I talk about almost anything. This will be MJ part 3. So yeah, y'all don't mind security. We'll take this hat off because it's ashy. But if y'all need a custom logo, man, just let me know, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so it's just gonna be some random MJ stuff, a little bit from the last dance. Y'all don't mind my security. Oh, here comes security. Here comes security. Alright, so these two audio clips. One's gonna be an interview Bill Lambier on MSG Network. So shout out to MSG Network. Oh shit, my swag. Oh swag. Be lopsided McGee. Yeah. Alright, and then the other part is gonna be from NBA Confidential. And it's crazy because, okay, so the first one's from Bill Lambier, and yeah, y'all can do, sour grade, he just mad, because okay, whatever. But to me, he's speaking with common sense and kind of normalness instead of like this sheeple-like mind that people just like to magnetize to. And then what Scotty said in 2011. Now, his ideas have changed now, but I'm like, dog, I remember what you said in 2011, dog. We never forget. We got the technology now, so here we go.
We got old. We're a little banged up. Yeah. But give them credit, it was their time then.
Yeah.
But we were just it's like Boston. Boston got old and they got beat up, and we took up that slack. And Chicago did the same thing to us. And Jordan had to learn to involve his teammates. I mean, he was 50 points a game, but they lost. And he gets 45 points a game, and they lost. So he had to learn that to trust his teammates. They had to get better teammates too. Right. So they got some better teammates. He trusted them, and they became a better team.
Do you see any modern players that remind you of how you played when you watch?
I don't. Well, the physicality of the game is gone. I like to think myself and our team was very cerebral in how we played. We took no plays off. We were very exacting. And the championship teams do that. Look at LeBron. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And his team doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And the championship teams do that. They're very focused. They're very locked in. They have very smart players, and they make it happen. I mean, they may not be the most talented team. Cleveland wasn't the most talented team.
Yeah.
This past couple of years.
You think more talented than the Warriors?
No, Warriors are more talented across the board, but Cavaliers have LeBron James. He's the best there is.
Yeah. Do you think he's better than Jordan?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
He's 6'8", 285, runs like the wind, jumps out of the gym. And for the moment he walked in the league, his teams won. He made their teammates better, and his teams competed for the championship from day one he walked into this league. That says something about the individual.
I know since the moment MJ walked into the league, he had 3 non-winning records, but man. And when he exited the league, he had 2 non-winning records, but...
Scotty, first of all, like most people consider Michael to be the best player of all time. Do you agree with that assessment? And 2, how good do you think LeBron James can be all time? Can he challenge Michael for that mythical title?
Well, I think he can. But I think you got to look at 2 different pieces here. Michael Jordan is probably the greatest scorer to ever play in the game. But I may go as far as to say LeBron James may be the greatest player to ever play the game because he's so potent offensively that not only can he score at will, but he keeps everybody involved. And you have to be on your P's and Q's on defense because no guy on the basketball court is not a threat to score when LeBron James is active. But not only that, LeBron James will dominate the game from the offensive end as well, but he's also doing it on the defensive end, which is really make him a complete package. The fact that he's able to get in those passing lanes and shoot those gaps and create transition opportunities where he's pretty much unstoppable.
Wait, so MJ didn't get everybody involved? No, Chicago brought in players that can just follow the script and just do what they can do while they allow Hero Ball Hog McGee to do what he do. At least that's what I see. I don't know. So here's Bird, Magic, and Dr. J on the Bulls in the 90s, and just when they had a different style of media back then. Like, it was more different than what it is now. But here we go.
Well, I think the expansion teams has really hurt the league. I think it's depleted some of the talent in our league.
Larry Bird just said The expansion teams depleted some of the talent in the league. So when Jordan was getting these easy expansion team wins, y'all can put that on whatever pedestal y'all want. But I think it's Dookie Shoe easy wins, bittersweet. Yeah.
You had Larry and Magic to test yourselves against. There's nothing comparable to that quality of competition at the top for these Chicago Bulls.
So that was y'all know that commentator, but he was talking to Dr. J saying he had Larry and Magic, and there's nothing competition to these Bulls. So don't just take it from me. Go watch some old school media stuff. Like y'all so focused on this Disney ESPN that y'all just get blind zombied into. But stay zombie.
Moses, which had the all-time best record, and probably would maintain if the Sonics had hung on today, could have beaten any of these teams. The present-day Bulls.
86 team had, plus Dennis Johnson and Danny Ainge in the backcourt.
That's true. I think that's the reason that we might do some good against them, because we did have the height advantage and our front line was so unbelievable. With Kim McHale, Robert Parrish, and Dennis Johnson in the background, and Danny Ainge.
Magic, your team of the mid-'80s, with you in the backcourt, with Kareem up front, with James Worthy, with Byron Scott, with Michael Cooper for defense. Again, I think, interesting matchups, and by no means assured that the Bulls would beat that team.
Well, Kareem is the X factor because there's nobody that can stop him on their team. Then he would set up shots for everybody else. I think Larry made a good point about his Celtic team, the same thing. The only it would have been probably a great finals, a great series, but at the end, I think Kareem would have ended up winning it for us, maybe in a game 6 or 7.
So don't take it from me, take it from legends. It's like, oh no, the legends just mad because the league didn't fix script everything for them the same way they did this media overhyped, over the top commercial making dude. There go a clip of mine recording the dance last.
The supersized defensive player of the year, Gary Payton, will start the game guarding Michael Jordan. That's the matchup many have wanted to see.
Alright, so you putting Gary on Jordan now after y'all lost 3 games already? So Phil Jackson was G enough after the game 1 loss to the Lakers to put Scotty on Magic, and then they win the next 4. So George Karl, I guess, wasn't smart enough to put Peyton to start game 1 or 2 to guard Jordan. Let's lose 3 games, and then come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah. And then Melatonin giving them the yibby skibby.
There's one blocked by Dale Davis, Reggie Miller. Look at the crossover.
Is this your king?
And then MJ's parents.
Jordan was there when his son Michael led the Chicago Bulls to their first NBA championship in 1991. James and Dolores Jordan remained an anchor for him. They attended every Bulls game they could.
And Jordan's parents had a real good marriage.
And then this was just straight up soft to me.
Alright, we're just going to ask a few things about the Olympics.
Alright, no Isaiah Thomas
question.
No Isaiah Thomas quick.
Uh-oh, security's alert. And that's just to show what his supporting cast was doing. They was down 2-0 versus the Knicks in the 93 playoffs. And I advise y'all to go watch that to see how fixed scripted that game was. But this should say enough. Because then I believe that total game, Jordan goes 3 for 18. Has an off night, 22 points, 16 off of free throws. And they still won in blowout fashion. So shout out to P, whoever P was that had to have a lot of these old school games you can watch today. So that whole your young stuff, that's not gonna fly, man. We got the technology to watch the old school games now. And then here talking about Tex Winter bringing in the triangle offense and getting out of this one-on-one hero ball.
Tex Winter, his right-hand man, had sold him on an offense that he believed would get us out of this one-on-one type of basketball.
The triangle offense is set so that there's a key pass that creates motion. And then there's 33 different types of options that come out of that single pass.
33.
Players can do spontaneous, creative things using their strengths.
You know, everybody has an opportunity to touch the ball but I didn't want Bill Cartwright to have the ball with 5 seconds left.
Dumps into Cartwright, shoots over Rollins. Nope.
That's not an equal opportunity offense. That's fucking bullshit.
Jordan is 54 points, 60 points for Jordan. 69 points for Michael Jordan.
There was so many times the Tex used to yell at me, saying, move the ball, move the ball. He says, no iron team. Says an iron win.
But you didn't start winning until you got a good team. You got your first 51 season, or your first winning season, 50 wins, when Scotty got there. So, I don't even know what's going on here. Like, bringing up equal opportunity offense, and saying Cartwright, making that game-losing shot, and saying that's not equal opportunity offense. Well, it is, because everybody got an equal op. They just don't shoot as good as you. But, yeah, y'all should have edited the mug out of it.
And then just a little more softness. We talk about Robin getting kicked out, and he left me by myself because Scotty's not playing.
Kicked out for some shit. And I'm livid because he get kicked out of the game and leaves me out there by myself because Scotty's not playing.
Aww. And then they got the dramatic piano playing, like, it's so sad. Like a Lifetime movie or Hallmark bullcorn. And there we go. Shout out to Speak For Yourself, man. Sometimes they be cool, other times they be tripping. But just to show, Jordan in the 80s, Dookie shoes. And in the 2000s with the 2 Wizard years. But, so yeah, I guess throughout those 2 3-peats where the supporting cast was A+ and the competition was Dookie, then yeah, cool. But, yeah, it seemed like it's a whole lot of timing, a whole lot of rig fix scripting, and a whole lot of marketing needed for those 90s. But, yeah. Easy math. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that third vid on MJ. And if you didn't enjoy it or you feel some kind of emotional distress, you should. Your fault for heavily having this over-the-top emotion in these rig fix scripted leagues. But so yeah, man, y'all let me know. Sheeple-like statements are welcome, because those I just get a kick out of. But I hope y'all can understand where I'm coming from at least, because I understand where most people come from. No, he's the greatest. He's the and I remember recently, because it's like Scotty and Magic, they'll have like one opinion like a decade ago, but then like now they say certain stuff like Magic had said like LeBron is a better all-around basketball player, like the best all time, but Jordan's greater. So I'm like, well then what's better? Is better being better, or is greater better? Like what do you mean greater? Like what does greater mean then? Like what? So who's the greatest best then? Like what? But it's just one of the things I be seeing. I mean, I'm like, wait, nigga, one day you had to, but what you, well, how to, what up, eat up, how to? But yeah, man, that's all I got for now, man. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all be cool. Keep your stress low. Don't be scared of nothing. Be prepared for everything. Peace.